I want to start doing these weekly Raid Shadow Legends recaps where we kind of go through what happened Monday through Saturday and then release a video on Sunday showcasing some of the highlights in the Raid Shadow Legends community, good videos that people put out that are extremely noteworthy, or topics on Reddit that blow up, or teasers that are coming from Plarium and some of the context within the community of what people are saying, some different sentiments on events that are happening, and just kind of put a bow on top for each week in case somebody was out of the loop. They have a resource on the HH Gaming website and then also a video here on my channel to keep you in the loop of exactly what's going on. So as we dive in here, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have claimed the Raid for All promo code that was added to the game this week. Raid for All, put that in the main menu, the 3-bar menu on the left side, and then type in Raid for All to get the promo code that was added this week. Now, obviously, the city of Sarnot is going to be the new content. Plarium has been teasing this for a very long time. Cirilla's been doing interviews with different content creators, and they've been saying this is going to be the biggest release of 2023 and is really going to be massive new content for PvE. And Plarium, in their own words, did call this bigger than the Doom Tower. And the Doom Tower is probably one of those things that has been received the most positively. Nothing's going to be received with 100% approval rating, but I would say like Faction Wars and Doom Tower are probably the two things that were received the best from the raid community in terms of things that have been added since release. Now, Deadwood Jedi did have a big epic stream with a bunch of different content creators over on his channel where they kind of pieced some images together and then talked about their thoughts of what is going to be coming up. So that video over on his channel is linked in this article, and it's definitely worth a full watch if you've got the time to check that out. And then there's a few things that we know so far about the City of Sarnot content. So first up, the content is going to unlock at account level 52. So that's going to be that number on the top left of the screen. When you're progressing your account, you start at level 0, level 1 or whatever, and then you go up to a maximum of level 100. And level 52 is going to be when this City of Sarnot new content will unlock for you. There's going to be some sort of blessing, awakening requirement for some areas of this content. It doesn't look like it's going to be a requirement to progress through the main meat and potatoes of the content, but similar to the Doom Tower, you know, you have like those normal floors and then you have rooms on the side that you can clear for bonus resources that have special requirements. It looks like there's going to be some sort of mechanic like that in this City of Sarnot, and it's going to require a certain blessing total within your team. So not necessarily champion specific, but it might say like you need 12 awakening stars on your team to access this content over the course of 5 characters that you're bringing to the fight. So if you have 5 different characters that have 3 awakening apiece, that would get you to 15 total, and you would be able to go into that room that requires 12. It seems like it's going to be something like that. And then also similar to Faction Wars and Doom Tower type of content, you are not going to be spending energy to go through it. It's going to be some sort of key or special access to access certain stages. And then 2 different difficulty modes. There'll be something like normal and hard. Starting to sound a little bit like a Doom Tower 2.0, isn't it? 100 stages on each difficulty, and will also feature super raids. I mean, I think this is literally like 90% the same as the Doom Tower so far. Difficulty expected to be comparable to the hard Doom Tower they mentioned in their raid digest. If you're looking for like how hard this content is going to be, they said hard Doom Tower is a good barometer of the upper tiers of it. And then some sort of side or secret room mechanics requiring special niche teams in order to get some of those extra areas cleared and get the rewards. And then fights that will involve 2 different raid bosses at the same time. And Plarium did tease an image where they showed the Fire Knight and the Ice Golem standing side by side. So some sort of situation like that, where when you get to the final boss fight, it's not just the Fire Knight, it's not just the Ice Golem, but they're actually teamed up next to each other, and you're going to have to face both of those bosses. That would obviously be something new to Raid. We've seen those bosses, obviously, but we've never seen them together. And then this content should be live in game by the end of 2023, here in just a few weeks. Now, the initial impressions of this new content being added to the game has been mostly positive from what I can tell within the community, but there is definitely some concerns. And this video right here, we've got Saphira talking about how it seems like there's not going to be a ton of new content per se. I mean, you should definitely watch the video to get his version of his words. I'm just kind of summarizing like a general concept of what is I'm hearing kind of in the community. But it seems like people are worried that there may just be a rehashing of content instead of a lot of new stuff coming to the game. So could be not as much new PvE content as maybe we thought, because it seems like it's kind of a Doom Tower 2.0. Obviously, we won't know until it hits the game live. Maybe it'll be super epic. The rewards will be amazing and it will be fun. We'll have to kind of wait and see to make a final judgment when it is live, but reviews are a little bit mixed based off of what we're seeing so far. And there was also another guaranteed summoning event. We had a Void Legendary here in Valkonen. Now, Valkonen was introduced in episode 9 of the Call of the Arbiter series, and he's mostly viewed as a solid Legendary with a super fun kit, but not really regarded as one of those top tier Void Legendaries like a Siphi or an Acrisia or something like that, but he should be fun to have. I actually ended up pulling for him myself because he's kind of the channel art of my channel here, so I have to have Battle Khazar and Valken, and it is what it is, so I did end up pulling the 100 Voids to go after him, and I have a video here on the channel showcasing the highlights of my pulls there for Valkonen. And then the Yuletide tournament event is going to be going on for the entire month of December, basically, where players are going to be able to earn these snow points to acquire Tormund. And there's going to be 2,500 points in total that are going to be available over the course of December. You're going to need to hit at least 2,000 to acquire the Tormund. Now, some of the polling that I've done here on the channel indicates that it's going to be about 50 to 60% of the community that is going after Tormund, at least initially, that are going to kind of chase it at the beginning. But there's probably a segment of players that are going to go for it initially and then wait and kind of reassess once the Fusion, Fragment, whatever holiday winter event champion is going to be announced. Probably within the next week or two, we should have that Fusion or Fragment event going on. They always do one for Christmas. In fact, Tormund was one of them. I believe he was the first holiday season way back in 2019 when they introduced Tormund as the counter to the speed meta in order to freeze those turn meter boosters and help make defensive teams a little bit more viable. That was the first holiday season during the winter of 2019. And then also some new strategy options for Baumel, who is pretty unanimously regarded as one of the hardest bosses in the Doom Tower that a very large percentage of the player base struggles with. But Hell Hades did a really good video showcasing how to use Birinjiri and then Sun Wukong to get through this content and maybe be a strategic option for you if this is something you're struggling with and you have those champions at your disposal. And then also Odd One Gaming had a really good video on this topic over on his channel. And then both of these videos are going to be linked here in the article. So if you're struggling to get through Baumel, definitely a couple videos you're going to want to check out because it'll help you get through that content. And then we just talked about the Christmas, holiday, winter fusion already, but that should be coming up here in the next week or two. And then there will be a CBC clan versus clan coming up on Tuesday, and it will feature personal rewards. So it's going to be one of those more sought after CBCs that are a little bit more savage and a little bit more difficult to win because you'll be getting two clans that really want to go after the extra rewards that are available in a CBC. Unfortunately, you get some clans that they don't try very hard in the non-personal rewards to kind of help with their matchmaker, and then they go super hard in the paint when it's personal rewards up for grabs. So get ready for possibly a tough match here on Tuesday with the personal rewards on the line. And we didn't have the no dime December thing kind of hot topic going on in the community because we already kind of covered it in the last article that we did where it was talking about that movement kind of starting as we head into the December, but it will definitely be something to monitor here as we head into the end of the month or into January on exactly how that ended up shaking out and how it went down and how everybody feels about it in retrospect. We can look at Plarium's numbers, we can look at the Google Trends data, we can look at some of the revenue that we have access to, and we will keep you in the loop on how everything is going with that as well. So I will link to the article down below if you would like to pull this up and have all the links that are available for the different videos or read this on your end in text form. So I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace.